We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
Like my man Bill says, we're doing it live, baby.
Doing it live. Absolutely.
10 p.m. Eastern, Sunday night. You are live with the Tang clan. With me, as always, is my brother Jeff. Some of you may know him as the Porta Potty Man.
My God, that's hilarious. I busted up laughing when he put that in the chat last week. That was good stuff.
So we're off and running on another exciting week of pool. It's 3 solid weeks in a row, 3 events in a row, and this one's still not done yet. I mean, we still got a championship match to be played in let's see,
30 minutes, give or take.
30 minutes, if they're not shooting any fucking vignettes or anything like that. Those of you who are just checking your Instagram or your Twitters, about a minute ago, Jeff, about 2 minutes ago, they shot this fucking
gunslinger old.
Yeah.
Man.
Old West, Clint Eastwood style. They're out in the desert in front of the resort there at Keyshawn.
They found some cap guns somewhere. That's good stuff.
I can see they got like a director with the kerchief around his neck, and he's Dennis. I want you to look into the camera.
Yeah,
you get a guy from Estonia.
Like a 310 to Yuma was filmed around here somewhere. This will be perfect. Let's go. Yeah.
Oh God.
Fun stuff. Hey, you know what? They're doing different stuff. But promos are promos. But I'm pretty sure
for trying.
I'm going to be pretty sure that SVB is happy he is lost and didn't have to tell them to go pound sand. I'm not doing this stupid stuff.
Go get some fishing in. Do something. Yeah, how quick? You know, I don't want to deviate from where we're going, but how quick do they fucking turn on Shane through the course of a broadcast?
Scott was Jack Edwards homering Shane right until the point he said Shane sucks.
Yeah,
it was amazing. It was amazing how fast he flipped on him.
They're playing music, and this is the Shane of old, and everybody's clapping, and he's up 7-2. Then Alexa does what he's been doing.
It was on Shane. Shane's fault. He missed that 6 ball. He should have never missed that 6 ball, and he goes up 8-2, and the match is over. But
you know what I noticed in him? We're like we just jump right in the fire. That's what I love about this shit. We're such pool guys. We just jump right in the fire. It's so Shane is such a show pony and a thoroughbred and a front runner, and he gets in that stroke to where it's just like everything's going in. Even shit he hits bad is going in.
Yeah,
he's got that get in English. Soon it's like maybe he gets a little tired because we know how he starts his day. You know, we learned that from the Fedor match. You know, he's no matter what time it is, he's up early. He's doing his thing. He's got a regimented schedule. It gets to the nighttime, it's like he don't want to be there, and you get tired. You know, I'm in my 40s. You're in your 40s. You know, shit. It matters at this point. You know, I can fall asleep eating food.
Right. Yeah.
It don't matter at this point, you know. So obviously, an older guy going up against kids at this point, it becomes a little different. He doesn't want to be there. He gets firing, and then it's like, oh my God, he missed. You know, maybe he brings it on himself. He gets it in such a rhythm and a stroke that it's just like he's firing away, and it kind of cost him a little bit here.
Yep.
And the way Alexa's been playing, it's you give that fucker a little crack of a doorway, and he's going to sneak through it.
Just amazing.
Yeah.
Truly amazing performance from him.
Let's. I definitely want to cover that more in depth.
We'll get into that. We got 7 rounds to cover.
Any of you guys at home, UFC fans, me and Jeff are always geeking out on UFC. Good card last night.
I thought it was absolutely atrocious. Nothing about everything about that thing. It was just bad.
You know, it was near my hometown. It was in Philly here, so it was in the area. Patty Pimlet's there, completely fat as fuck now.
Yes.
Eating away on cheesesteaks. But Khabib's brother, Islam Makhachev, who's a 2-weight champion. You know, one of the greatest fighters we'll probably ever see in this generation. Those Dagestani guys just keep cranking them out.
Nuts.
He went up against a guy who was undefeated, or he had one loss on his record. This Irish guy, Ian Machado Gary, who took his wife is Colombian. He added her name to his. So he's a lot of hype, very good knockout artist. He's got a lot of wins on his record, a lot of finishes. Same vein as Connor, you know, cocky son of a bitch. You know, so he was the number one contender. He went up against Islam. I thought it was a good fight. I thought
it was a very good fight. No one thought, a lot of people didn't think it was going to be close at all, and Ian Gary gave him a heck of a fight. I mean, he stuck with him. Towards
the third, fourth, fifth round, you know, Makhachev started getting tired.
Yep.
Gary started throwing those right kicks more, and he was just eating them up, man. Makhachev looked like he's beat the fuck up, and some you don't really see. Normally, he's such a good wrestler, he doesn't get touched, but he was marked up, and the way the scorecards went, it was a point either way. I mean, it could have definitely went either way. Women's fight, not so much. I bet on both underdogs because that's how you got to make money these days when you bet. What is that? Ian doesn't have many finishes yet. They paint that package like he was a finishing machine. I know he has like 17, 18 fights, but
I'm not gonna. I was too drunk. I don't remember why.
That the co-main event, the women's fight, the trainer of the Canadian girl, the girl with the red hair, this guy goes fucking haywire. He's screaming at her in there. Then he jumps on the post-game telecast. And he says, "Oh, she's never going to get this close again." And then he announces his retirement on the air, and he starts going ham. It was a crazy sight to see. I forgot the guy's name.
That's funny.
But yeah, that was the Canadian girl started making a match of it. You know, once Mackenzie Dern started getting tired, you know, fourth, fifth round, she had better rounds. But yeah, it was. No doubt. It looked like two different. I don't know how they were in the same weight class. It looked like Mackenzie Dern was twice her size.
Man,
she's pretty beefy for strawweight.
She's something there.
Now explain why it was close, Jeff.
I don't remember why it was close. I don't.
Yeah, so that was UFC. Not your biggest card. They got a nice one coming up with Merab and Peter Yan are supposed to fight.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
And that'll determine if probably who's going to fight Sugar Sean McNally after that. Who's the other fight that I seen on top there? I'm drawing a blank. Fuck it. Hayball championships in India. Is that something you pay attention to?
You know what? I am at this point. I think I'm actively boycotting, paying attention to, and watching Hayball.
Yeah. It's any of you who've seen Darren Appleton's social media. He's ramped up his social media again. He has a podcast or whatever he's doing. I see a lot of clips of it.
Yeah. I think he's venting to the world all of his.
Yeah.
Oh, it's his Festivus. He has a Festivus podcast, basically. He is just letting it fly. Good for him.
Yeah. He's somebody I find very respectable, very smart. Yes. You brought up Hayball, and that was the thing. It's a lot of people are turning against it. You know, they're throwing a lot of big money, and I think what's getting to most people is that they're saying that Hayball is the only way that it's ever going to become something Olympic. If everybody unites under the Hayball banner and goes forward with Hayball, that'd be the way in.
Communist. They're communists. Yeah. Okay, listen. Communist China runs it. It is a communist sport. If you like communists, fine.
Yeah.
Go for it. You can go that direction. Good
and
deal.
At this point, we see who's in it. You know, love Kelly Fisher, April Larson. What's not to love? But they're kind of, you know.
Kelly Fisher has, I believe, just become, this might be taken wrong. Maybe seems like she's become the WPA's lapdog. in a way,
Yeah.
And the players that are on there, it's going to Hayball, and we're going to go with Hayball, and we're going to do what WPA says. And listen, it makes sense. It's hard to make a living in this industry, and you get offered a position. And maybe she does the good things with them. I don't know, but I don't like WPA. Like, I like them less than I like Matchroom, and I don't really like Matchroom. So
Kelly's an all-time great.
100%.
I still think she's top speed. Even though in the landscape of the WPBA and the women's Predator stuff that we see, she's non-existent. Christina, Margaret, even Christina Zlateva, Sosoa, Rita, girls like that are taking up those top spots. And Kelly Fisher, who was sitting there for so many years, she's dribbling away. April Larson, not very competitive in those events, but in Hayball, they can go and they can earn.
Yeah.
And look, we got to look after ourselves at this. Nobody's going to pay Kelly Fisher but Kelly Fisher, and she just made $30,000 yesterday.
Yeah,
so that's
good little payday.
Good on her. She's doing what she's doing. We may not like the Hayball thing. A lot of people may not like the Hayball thing, but that's where she's at now, and that's paying her bills.
You got to pay your bills, and
yeah,
that's been something that's been talked about a lot this week so far, and I imagine we'll get into it. I don't know when you want to get into that, but we will at some point. I've got a diatribe or two built around all these people whining like they're WNBA players and fans.
We got an action-packed show. We got a lot of Arizona Open highlights, a single elimination. We can fill a 90-minute show from there.
Yeah.
But I just wrote down Kelly Fisher made $30,000 with that Hayball. April Larson, she finished in the 25-32 bracket, which was 31st place. She made $1,900. It's a big field. A lot of girls and even a lot of guys in that event. We see that, and then we see the Chinese 8-ball, obviously paying a whole shitload of money. Guys that were amazing rotation players in WNT Predator events, like the Coe brothers, they're off doing that shit. We seen Jeffrey Rhoda back this week. He was off doing that stuff, so it's the money's adding up. We see people complaining about these Matchroom trips and logistics, and the money's not adding up there. So what are guys going to do? They're going to chase
where
the
money is. Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, I mean, look, if somebody came along today and Joe Schmo Hughes wanted to buy time on the Q-Tang clan, and it's something I don't play with in a queue I hate, but they're paying me, by all means, this is the best. I use this queue every day.
Yeah, 100%.
Not to say that I don't have class and clarity in what I use.
But it is for sale.
I can't be had, but I can be bought.
That's right.
So, what else we got? I know I'm missing something. The Oscar Anthony Maglino race.
Still going on right now. I haven't watched a whole lot of it. Anthony Maglino bores me.
Yeah, I like Oscar. I want to support Oscar. Dominic Dunn's attached to that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I want to pull for him. But I had it on for a little bit yesterday, and it was just horrible to watch, man. There was background noise, and I see people just shoveling chicken wings off to the side, and it's everything I don't want to see in a visible pool match. So It's not like I don't want to diss them or steer anybody away from watching them, but it just wasn't my speed. And I try to watch everything. I try to follow everybody associated with pool. I try to subscribe to everybody associated with pool, because I want this. I want to give the same support that I want to.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch a lot of it, but I absolutely flipped it on for a few minutes and clicked on the stream, and went on about my way.
Yeah, they seem to have locked it up a little bit more on day 2, and that's our first couple shows were, well, I shouldn't say that, we're great. Yeah. everybody's first shows and first attempts. Look at Frank. He's such a seasoned broadcaster and all that, and even he talks about having issues for the first couple minutes. It happens.
And their stream had more viewers than they had subscribers. So that I mean, I think they would have wanted a few more viewers on it, but overall, is what it is.
All right. You want to just jump into the Arizona Open, unless you got anything before that?
One little thing before we get into that, somebody surprised me in this event. It was DeLuna.
Yeah.
He made a little bit of a run, but
nice
leading into this event, as per normal, there was some DeLuna drama. Did you catch this match with Laz Martinez and the foul that DeLuna called on him?
You know what? You say Jeff DeLuna, and I immediately go to the Minka, the Mika footage.
So DeLuna got shit on all over social media because Laz made a rail first shot, and the rule set they were playing under, he needed to call it. He needed to call the ball, and he didn't call the ball because normally for a rail first,
DeLuna-esque.
Yeah, very, very DeLuna-esque. And people jumped all over him going, oh, that's the move. It's not a foul and everything else. And DeLuna made a post. He said, hey, we discussed everything before the match. We went over it in depth. He walked away from the table and gave me ball in hand, and I was able to shoot there for a reason. Right? He was like, I was able to take over the table for a reason. He walked away because he knew that he should have called it. And because it's DeLuna and his reputation, everybody just assumes he's in the wrong because, well, he normally is. But this one, he was actually probably right. So,
whoa, that's a you've heard it here, folks. A Q10 clan first.
Well, the spades are spades. He'll do something. He'll do something stupid again in a few weeks. And it's funny though, he still gets action. People still play with him. Like they know, going into it, you're playing DeLuna. There's going to be a move made.
Yeah, you said Jeff DeLuna and some type of mayhem. It's either he's fucking with somebody or he's waxing a ball.
Yeah, something.
But yeah, I'll give him credit. He has a lot of good finishes in this tournament, and I'd like to see where it goes from here. Maybe.
Yeah, very, very interesting resurgence from him. I mean, he's always had it, but he's just always been like one step behind putting it all together. So.
There was a post today. I don't know if you've seen it. I seen Mike reposted it, and then I was reading more into it. I forgot the guy's name already.
Big long post.
Big long post about just kind of paraphrasing how people were so pro Matchroom as much as 2 years ago, and they couldn't do no wrong, and Emily couldn't do no wrong. Now they can't do no right. The pool's good. The pool is always been good because the product is the players.
But the
production.
My only thought process on this was nothing has changed between now and then. Absolutely nothing has changed.
Yeah.
And if you
Barry Hearn has a special about we're going to be playing for more and more money every year. Where's the fucking money?
I'm glad people have finally realized that there is something going on here and it's worth talking about. But we'll hop into this in a little bit. It goes into my money thing, but yeah, welcome aboard, people. And at the same time, I don't really necessarily blame Matchroom. It's a weird situation. It is what it is.
It's something that's been brought up time and time again, and shot down time and time again. Was the startup of a union. And it's just when you gotta be all for one and rah
so
against people that are trying to cut each other's heads off on a daily basis, it's just
they'll never start a union. I guess we'll just get into it. They'll never start a union. The simplest way to make this work is real quick. It takes 3 pool players to make this work. You need Shaw, you need Filler, and you need an SVB, and they all just need to get together and go, hey guys, if you're in the top 128 of the WNT. We are skipping the UK Open next year. None of us are going. Don't go. Otherwise, you will be considered a pariah on Pool Society, and you will be shunned forever. And that's it. And you just drop one event for them, and they will find a way to make it right. That being said, they only have so much money. I mean, what did they net? They netted like just shy of $3 million in profit last year off of Pool. Yeah. They don't have a lot of extra money to sit out here and ship off to these players. Now they do have some,
but they also do things that are kind of wrong, and they could do them a lot better.
Agreed. The other thing is, though, the pool fans that complain about this sort of stuff, and the players aren't employees. They need to be doing a better job of promoting everything nonstop, right? If you want more people, if you want more money, you need more viewers. And you need more seats, or you need more people in the seats at the events. So you have to promote yourself, promote your brand, promote WNT, and get people out there. The pool fans, if you want these guys to make more money, there's 500,000 league players in the country, give or take, something like that. Why don't 100,000 or 200,000 people have subs to WNT TV? This at least for these 6 weeks right here, you know. That'd be a massive boost of income. If you're going to sit around and complain about it, put some money into it. Or at least on every free pool stream that you have, because you hate paywalls, click the like button, click the share button. Do the simple stuff. Don't just sit around and complain about it and just take from the industry without ever giving anything back. And that's what people seem to do. And then they complain about it.
We see Emily, and she's pushing the tickets. She's pushing the subscriptions. I think when you're building a product and you're building a league, you have to build the league, and then you can charge. Once you can't just throw a match into a bunch of logs and start 100%, a fire.
100%.
Look at like women's soccer, like the NWSL. This shit was beleaguered, and it was a rundown franchise, and they had to build to get to where people are actually showing up. You can't charge for tickets and put all these special packages and charge for. You want viewers, and you're charging them money.
Yeah,
Predators, everything's for free. The events are free, and there's people in the stands nonstop.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I think that's the way it should be. I fully agree. They should go to a YouTube. Nope, kill the paywall. Just be done with it and go.
You can't tell me that they wouldn't make more money in YouTube revenue with the free product than they're making off of $10 subscriptions that are cheap as chips.
And the only place that they really charge the $10 subscriptions is here in the US. Everywhere else gets it on some other service that's
Sky
they
Sports,
already have. They put it on just YouTube over in the UK. They have it on. They have the whole thing on TalkSport in the UK. Yeah.
I can watch this shit on a Vietnamese channel, but I want to support my brothers and what we're doing here. And she makes it too hard to do with her demands, and the arena needs to be for free in order for us to come there. Well, fuck you.
I don't mind if they had the US Open. I get charging for tickets. That makes a little bit of sense, right?
Arizona Open, your crown jewel events that you need to charge for.
And that's perfect. Right, understandable. The Florida Open should be free. No, I think they should have VIP seating. Your front row stuff could be sold. That'd be fine. Just because there should be some way to separate, who gets to sit where in that sort of situation. But other than that,
right. How wild would the Mosconi Cup be if it was free entry and they had it in a bigger stadium? You might get people that want to be Ravenous fans after that. I seen this event. It was fucking wild. I think I want to be a fan now.
You could honest to goodness put it in T-Mobile Arena and fill it up.
Yeah,
I guarantee you could. You could pack it with 20,000.
Yeah, but what's enough though? They're gouging you at the concession stands. They're gouging you at the ticket office. They're gouging you to watch the product. People are like, fuck it. It's so hard just to feed yourself nowadays and to put gas in your car. All these little extras and all that, it fucking adds up, and people don't want to do it. And then you want to force this product and the future of this product depends on this. Well, you're just going about it the wrong way. You could be. I want to see Predators YouTube revenue compared to match rooms right now.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, I'll bet you one of my 3 nuts that Predator makes 5-10 times more than what they made.
The other thing is, with it being free on YouTube, you get more viewers, so you get the you get the revenue from YouTube, right? But that's not it. You get more viewers, so you can approach your sponsors and go, "Hey, I get extra viewers because this is done this way. We can charge more money. We can get more sponsors, and we can make more money that way, and still get rid of the paywall and make even more." It's just anyway.
And they don't help things by like what they're doing today. Like the final starts at 10:30 my time, 7:30 where they're at.
Yeah.
So by the time it's over, it's 10 p.m. at the earliest, their time.
Yeah,
1 o'clock for me.
1 a.m. on the East Coast, that just kills your viewership.
So now, not only that, but now these guys got to stay there another night. Not only the players, but production teams. Matchroom Production's not going to ship out at midnight and go to the next one and start setting up.
Yeah,
that's death. It's like these little things that they could be taking pages out of other people's books. Like we were just talking before the show, like MLB, Major League Baseball. Every Sunday is called Getaway Day because they know teams are traveling. Their series ends on Sunday and they're traveling for Monday's games. So they want to make it logistically good for them. If you're not playing in the Sunday night ESPN game, you're traveling and the games are ending at 1 p.m., 4 p.m. You know, they're making it good for your product, and your product is the players, the people that you want to watch. And the pool players are the product. They are the players. You got to make this shit conducive for them. You can't be shooting little fucking vignettes with cowboy hats. You know, when the event, they could be practicing and the event could be starting.
Yeah. The other thing with this event, specifically this event, and I think they should run more of these type events, but I think they need to do it in a productive manner. They need to run them in a wraparound style event the same way that Predator does. So you have this should have been the whole thing. None of this should have ever happened in Yuma. It's just a terrible decision on everybody's part.
At least go to Phoenix, then Yuma. You know.
No, just do the whole thing in Phoenix, right? Have the Arizona Open in Phoenix, but leading up to it, have the Phoenix shootout. 128 person single elimination. Run the stupid thing in 2 or 3 days because you can, and then run into your Arizona Open. And have them sandwiched together at the same place. You get in 2 events. This one's open, you know, the shootout event, whatever you want to call it, is open. The first 100, your 128 WNT pros have first choice to play the event.
Yep.
They can treat it as a warm-up event, get used to the tables that are there, get used to the playing conditions, everything else. It's good value for them because you get a second tournament. And then it just rolls into your 256 person major.
Yeah, and have people that want to show up to where you don't have 10 matchroom wild cards.
Yeah. And if you ran it in front of a 256 person tournament, by God, it'd be filled, and the 256 person tournament would probably be filled.
And having it wrap around a little bit, it makes travel just a little bit easy. It's a lot easier to travel on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday than it is on Sunday, Monday.
Yep.
And that's little things they can do to save these guys money because if you don't pay attention to Kachi on Facebook, you should, because we can do a separate show
on
2 nights a week just on Kachi Post. Yeah, love it. Welcome to Kachi Post Live.
Breaking news, Kachi posted.
He kind of had a little he was bitching about things that, you know, logistics and money for events. And somebody must have gotten his ass because he kind of retracted a little bit today.
A little bit.
Which is very, very unlike him. So it must have been a good ripping.
I would imagine it was Predator.
Yeah. It's he's out there. Him and Josh Phil are your Predator heavyweights. And, they're out there waving. He says, you know, thank you to Predator for paying me like a 831 when I'm a 675. All right, so let's jump into this event a little bit. We've been bitching for a half hour. Let's get through this so everybody can click off and watch. Who's in the final again? Fuck.
Dennis Graven, Alexis Pichels.
All right, let's obviously this is 128 players, or 118 with 10 matchroom wild cards. 25K for first place. I mean that's
it's not a bad little payday.
Obviously, you need to finish in the top 5 to 8 to make any money for your stay and for your travel. But 25K is good money. Runner up gets 12K, third and fourth 8K, 5 for fifth through eighth, and then 2,500 to 1,000. And if you finish 30 through 64, you made $500, which is kind of a slap in the face. Why just fucking?
Well, we get through recapping the thing. I'll go over something I worked up on payouts and what they could have done differently at the Florida Open. You can translate it over to this however you'd like.
All right, I'm going to blow through the first 2 rounds real quick. Just do some highlights, and then we'll. Yeah. I got some slides. We'll pull up those slides a little bit more. Round 1, we had I guess you could say a couple upsets.
Definitely, there were a few upsets for sure.
We'll start off with obviously your number 1 player in the world is Aloysius Yap. He faced our buddy Max. You can see we love Max. He's a part of the show. What a shit draw for Max. That's
it kind of sucks playing the world number 1. There's
17, 18-year-old kids who are getting buys in the first round, and here's Max, who's a legend of the game. You know what, Max? You're gonna tee off against the number 1 player in the world. Like, who the fuck is making these up? Did he offend Emily over seed oils or something like that? I don't know.
Honestly,
that's like a payback draw at that point.
Before they release the brackets, they should have the wild cards put in. The top players should get the wild card matchups, right? That's the way it should work in theory, shouldn't it? Like Aloysius Yap should be playing a wild card here. It shouldn't be playing Max. And then the number 2 player should be playing another. They should take the wild cards and throw them against the seeded players, the top seeded players, and then whichever ones don't, and then fill the wild card spots in reverse order to where the lowest seeded player that had a wild card gets the first wild card person who actually shows up to play them, and you just go back up the order. I don't know why that's so hard to do. Anyway,
so even if they took the top 20 players from America, Europe, Asia, Max makes that cut.
Yeah.
So why is he playing the number 1 seed when he would be like, let's just say at the worst, like a 60 seed in a 120 person event?
Yeah.
It just, the math ain't mathin', and that seems to be a statement that's made so many times with match root events. Regardless, I thought it was a very good match, very good event for Max.
I mean, he came out swinging. Yeah,
he was up 5-2 at a point, and here's what I was messaging when it was over with, and I don't know how he felt about it. He'll never let you know because he's a true professional, but he's up 5-2 on Yap, fucking cruising, and then all of a sudden, nobody's getting up to rack. The 300-pound biker model that they had racking the balls. She's sitting in the chair for 5 minutes, and you're seeing it happen. 5 minutes goes by before Marcel comes up, and they go to the table together, and he's showing her how to rack. So here's Max. He's in stroke. He's up on the number 1 player in the world. It's single elimination. He could have very well did his thing in a race to 9 and kept. I'm sorry, in a race to 10 and kept it going. But now you're cooling down. Now you're waiting. Now it's 5 minutes before she even makes a move, and now it's another couple minutes while they're going through the rack together. Fucking 10 minutes goes by, and it's
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, enough.
Yeah, that could put you on stone cold tilt. Like you said, he'll never say it, but that would put that could put people on stone cold tilt. And that's not the only ref they had. Marcel had to teach how to rack during a match. I forgot which match it was that I was watching because I messaged the group chat that they were having to teach somebody else how to rack. And it's like, how? Yeah. Why are we doing this during the event?
I've never seen
so many. And it's a template rack. Like, a moron can do this. It doesn't
take the round things and put them on the little slots, and then make them touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit much, but yeah. So Max, they siphoned his momentum away, but not before he uncorks the shot of the tournament for me. I don't know about you, but
there were some highlight reel shots from this thing, but this one I think is there. I think it's it.
Let's show Max a shot here. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, a full table jump bank combo. Unreal. But that's you expect that out of a guy who awakens the master within. Hint, hint, for all you nitwits out there. Yeah, Max wound up losing to Yap 10-6. And it's Max had like this bad luck in these 3 events. I felt like he was so active and playing really good pool and playing a lot of pool, and then he gets fed things like this, and then and he goes home, and you feel horrible for him because he's not that player. You see these guys making runs that I don't think are half of the player as Max. So let's hope for a nice run at the U.S. Open, because I'd gladly trade a nice finish for Max to show out there. Anyway, one of the other matches in the first round, big upset. The unfit Finn, Petra Mäkinen, sends home Justin Bergman.
This was
first round, 10-5.
Did you watch this match?
I did not watch this match. No.
This was maybe the most frustrating match of pool I've ever watched in my life, and Bergman deserved to lose like this. Like, it was insane. He gave him, it was 4-3 at one point for Bergman, and he gave Petri 3 of those racks. Like, just stone cold gave it to him. It's 4-3. He makes an incredible clearance, comes up about 8 inches short on the 9 ball, dogs it. He sees the table again at 7-4. And it's just nothing. It's just over. He gave him 3 racks to start with. He gave him another one when he dogs the 9 ball.
Yeah.
It could have been 7-1, 8-0 for Bergman. And it's just, it was the most Jekyll and Hyde stuff I've ever seen in my life. He would take down the impossible stuff that you wouldn't think he had a prayer in the world of making, breaking out balls, doing everything epic, and then just dogs the hangers. And it's frustrating because you can see the world-class player that he is, and then he just turns into a head case all of a sudden and dogs some stuff. It was sick.
We know he doesn't like to fly, so he drove from Florida to Yuma, Arizona. 32
hours, 33 hours, something like that.
That's not an easy drive.
I'm thinking that's not something that's smart to do.
Yeah. They're talking about Tyler and Shane drove in from Phoenix together and how they didn't play for a couple days. What do you do when you got to spend 10 times that travel on the road?
Yeah,
that's a little much. Maybe he should figure out how to fly or pick up a Valium or something like that. Because that's going to play hell. And this is a guy who didn't want to travel for all these years. He just wanted to stay home and make money. And
can you blame him? He was the rumor is he was making $100K plus without leaving his own pool hall.
Yeah.
Why would you travel? Why would you subject yourself to going to Yuma, Arizona?
Yeah. Probably wouldn't make half that doing what he's doing, driving cross country and shit. Does this what does this do for, you think, his Mosconi Cup hopes? And more importantly, what does this do for your hopes for him?
So I don't like to overreact, especially to single matches, but it's been 2 matches like this in a row for him versus Jesus, where he did the same thing that he did here versus Petri. So it's not a good look, but it comes down to what Johan thinks. And he's got 2 more tournaments to show up and show out. He's going to play Phoenix. He's going to play the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
He needs to show something at both of those tournaments. But the other side of this is, let's say he doesn't show much of anything. So what?
What if the legend of John Henry's hammer wasn't true?
Yeah,
and he's not the missing link to the Mosconi Cup hopes that everybody thought he was.
The thing is, he's never been the missing link. That everybody thinks he's a missing link. It's just not correct. The missing link is Shane playing good and Federer playing good.
Right.
You need your top guys to play their top game, and then you need the bottom guys not to lose you stupid points. But the thing is, even if he just completely doesn't do anything in these next 2 tournaments, who else do you put on the team? Are you going to tell me that Sky's playing better than Bergman is?
And the way we've seen it this weekend, you know, Sky and Johan spent a lot of time elbow to elbow,
and that could be still a thing. Sky could still get on this team. Let's not get it confused that even Bergman and Sky can both still make this team.
Believe me, if Johnny Archer is showing up to events thinking that he's making a push for the Mosconi Cup, it's anybody's ball game. Believe me.
Well, it all just depends on what Federer does in the next 2 weeks and what Tyler does in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 real keys to this whole linchpin. Because if Torsten stays in there, it really limits. Johan will have one real pick. He'll have one person to decide on. If Federer jumps in there and Tyler passes Torsten, he has 2 people to pick, and that's where things get interesting.
Yeah. One person, you're looking at Sky, you're looking at Lucas, you know, a kid who's never been there and who's
Lucas
had an
isn't
injury.
out of it at all.
No, not at all. But it then, like you said, it becomes a point of look, I got 1 slot to fill. Do I go with a guy who's been captain, he's been a hero of Mosconi Cup, who hasn't shown shit this year, or do I go with the kid who is trending upwards and took a hard right due to an injury? You know, it's that at that point it becomes a no-brainer. Let me go with what I know.
That's right. I think that's what it comes. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
But Lucas can still force his way on the team. All he has to do is have a deep run at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, Max can force his way onto the team.
Everybody can.
Johnny Archer can force his way onto the team.
There's not a lot of points. I do think it'll be about 30,000 is what the number will be. Yeah. I think 30,000 is the number.
You got to make 30,000 to get 30,000. Let's go through some more of these matches here. First round exits. Brandon Schuff 10-5 over Mark Bisterbosch.
It's a good win.
Yeah, very good win. Swede Walter Lycra 10-7 over Victor Zielinski.
Victor has been on a downward. He's been on a downward spiral lately. It's been interesting
talk about
to watch.
him moving to the States. That's now you're trending right. Sky 10-2 over Nick Cacchione.
Matchroom was hyping this up like, Sky Woodward cruising to victory. He's back. He played a 5:30 Fargo. He was supposed to win 10-2. That
guy's a Tuesday night leaguer.
This is basically Sky beating me 10-2. That's what's supposed to happen. All right.
Give yourself more credit than that. Jeff DeLuna 10-6 over Arsini. That's a good win for Jeff DeLuna because Arsini it was everybody's darling.
Yeah, and DeLuna hasn't been out here on the 9-ball tour playing much.
Arsini's been playing total gash this year. Let's go. Marco Tucci 10-3 over Boris Ivanovsky. Boris playing good pool. That's a good win for Marco. Mario Heat 10-0 over Cecil Doss. Gerson Martinez 10-5 over Stefan Huber. Gerson Martinez playing good pool. He's showing up a lot lately. Josh Killer Filler 10-0 over Philip Dirty Sanchez. Robbie Capito 10-6 over Ivica Putnik. AJ Mattis 10-8 over Big Hank. That was a good match.
That was a very good match. Hank showed a lot in that match. I think a lot of what helped AJ through that match was, and this is going to sound odd to say, but it was experience, because he has played a lot on just this specifically on the matchroom tight, matchroom tight 4-inch pockets under the TV cameras and lights. He's done it a lot more than Hank has. So, and you could tell on a lot of the shots Hank was playing, the cue ball just wasn't doing what he thought it was about to do.
Yeah.
But he's gonna Mosconi next year, maybe. I mean,
it's wide open. Open.
The kid just looks like a pool player. So he's got
a great name, Big Hank.
Yeah. Hank the Tank.
Albin Ocean 10-3 over Vincent Van Gogh. Carlo Beato 10-6 over Corey Deuel.
This thing started out, and I was just sitting here going, "There's no way." Like, Corey Deuel is not about to actually beat Carlo Beato. This can't happen. And then Carlo Beato was like, "Yeah, this isn't going to happen."
Got a clip of Corey Deuel's shot. Corey Deuel pulled off this, they call it the obscene shot, and that's exactly what it was. Check this out.
Watch this. He'll warp around the 7. 1, 2, 3.
Well, we have shot of the day.
Welcome to the world of Corey Deuel.
That is obscene.
Yeah, and look at the 9 for good measure. It never moved a fraction.
The Corey Deuel playing with that pool slide, that little grip. Yeah, that's insane shot. You wouldn't expect anything less out of a super vet, a guy who's just an all around badass. And Corey Deuel, that's front row English, like people write about in books.
Yeah, a lot of people just see that shot and they don't understand how difficult that is to pull off. On a 4-inch pocket, that shot is ridiculously hard to make.
Yeah, go on any table right now and try to play a forward spin around the pocket that goes around more than 2 rails. I mean, he brought it back for shape, like a one railer. Dorston 10-5 over Trevor Seal. That's a win I would like to see him have. SVB 10-0 over Wayne Farnham. Sun Yi 10-7 over Eklund Kachi. Molina Mike called this on his show, which was a crazy upset and even more of an amazing call to make on that. Sun Yi's playing great pool lately. He's a name, another Asian name people need to be concerned about.
Well, so the thing is, again, it's an upset. The guy's also like a 780, 790 Fargo from Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, he's not a first timer.
What do you expect? A guy who plays pool. I mean,
yeah. Let's see here.
Tyler over Dean Shields.
Yeah, that's what I was going to next.
Yeah.
Hill battle 10-9 over Dean Shields.
That was a bunch of mistake-filled pool, and Tyler is lucky to walk away from a win. I think and good on Dean Shields. He's getting better and better. Any other 780 plus Fargo that he plays there, I think Tyler loses that match 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
But once again, drive in, you don't hit balls for 3 or 4 days or whatever.
And that's exactly what he mentioned. He's 3 days worth of travel. You don't get to hit balls. Maybe they should have stayed in Phoenix, hit balls, and then went to Yuma.
Yeah, something. But that's just rust. It happens, man. It's not fun to have.
Last in the first round and keeping his Mosconi Cup hopes alive.
He's on the board. He's got points.
The Scorpion, John Archer, sent home Max Lechner, 10-7. Talk about the most unlikely of things to happen.
This might go down as pool upset of the year. And I'm including Bergman losing to a 650 Fargo last week. Like, this was insane. Johnny Archer, he hasn't beat anybody in what seems like a year now or longer. Hey, maybe he's figured it out. Who knows? We'll see.
He threw that Just for Men in there, and he went back to the 90s.
I'm telling you.
Moving on to round 2, the round of 64. Dennis Grabe, 10-6 over Alex Kazakis. See, this was big for me. This was like a Mythbusters episode because I thought they were the same person.
You finally saw them together in the same room.
Yeah, it was. I was like, holy! I almost had to do like a senior thesis about it and just write a book report about it. You never see them in the same place at the same time when one's winning, one's not, and this proves the point. Although they played here, Kazakis was in the final last week. Now it's Grabe in the final this week. Predator must be going crazy. They're like, we can't even keep track of players on the team. How will we keep track of these guys? So yeah, Dennis Grabe 10-6 over Kazakis. DQH 10-9 over Makinen. That went hill.
Makinen blew that thing. He was up big in that match and just let it slip away.
DQH is a counterpuncher. You don't need to give him a second chance to make noise in that. Mustafa Alnar 10-8 over Jonas. Nicholas Black and 10-8 over FSR, sending home FSR early. Jeff DeLuna, another solid win, 10-5 over Georgie Georgiev. Georgie been playing great pool lately.
That's a big win.
This is Jeff DeLuna, coming back, playing great pool to knock out these steady Eddie players like that. Mario He, 10-7 over Elliot Sanderson. Good win for Mario. Bernie Regulario, 10-7 over Roland Garcia. Two awesome Filipinos right there. Jeffrey Rhoda, 10-6 over Marco Tuccier. And here come the Filipinos. Boy, now it's late in the year. Here they come. Casper Makinen, 10-8 over Oliver Zolnocki. A bit of a upset there. Killer Filler, 10-5 over Gerson Martinez. Gerson playing good pool. Not enough for the Killer, though. Let's see. Nathan Childress, 10-7 over Moritz Neuhausen. What happened to Moritz Neuhausen? Is he the Mosconi Cup MVP that we seen last year? Or is he like Kraus, Arsini?
Maybe Nathan Childress will be this year's Mosconi Cup MVP.
Yeah, could be. Because, I mean, both of them are. Nathan Childress, I think he's been playing better pool than Moritz. Robbie Casito, 10-6 over AJ Manis. Robbie kind of very uncharacteristically called a shot in this and said he was going to beat this kid. This is something I think about because I do like Robbie. We're pals. He's a fellow Rob C. I like the kid. I'll pull for the kid no matter what. I think he's a good kid. But he's kind of been given the shaft the last 2 years of making the Reyes Cup team.
Yeah, no.
First year they had the Reyes Cup team.
You've called it out both times for sure.
First year they had the Reyes Cup team, he had won the UK Open.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple people on that team that didn't win shit at that point. Last year he should have been on the team, but they go for Starboy and the height machine. Now it's like Robbie's up his game. Yeah, he's got a point to prove. He's one of the top Asian finishers.
Yeah.
And it shows it this year. It showed it the last couple of years. But what has it got him? It's got him fucking shit. He's a good kid. He's a nice guy, and it's got him absolutely nothing. So he ups his social media game. He lets people into his life. He more stuff with him and Sosoa. And now he's kind of grabbed his nuts a little bit and said, fuck this kid. I'm going to kick this kid's ass, and I'm going to show you guys. And good for Robbie Capito, because if that's what's going to take to get him on that team, by all means. And now with the upswing of Albert Genwarta, another year of Starboy, what is it going to get him? You're not going to not put Carlo Beato on this team. You're not going to not put Yap on this team. What is it going to get Robbie Capito again this year? So he has to go out and do shit like this. Big wins, timely wins, maybe get out of character. Maybe if being a nice guy isn't working, be the villain. Fuck it. Fall into the heel role. It worked for Ric Flair. So good on Robbie there. That's what I like to see. Statement win. Go out and prove it. 10-6 over AJ, man. Kicked his ass. Speaking of ass kicking, Jason Shaw 10-0 over Yannick Pongers. Good win for Jason Shaw. He's looking more and more like Homer Simpson every day.
100%.
John Moore 10-6 over Fraser Patrick. I like that win. Here's another win I like. Hunter Lombardo 10-4 over Pius.
Man, journeyman getting it done.
Yeah. Claudio Cacci, 10-5 over Ralph Souquet. Ralph's a super vet, great guy, but he's out of his league right there. Claudio is a steamroller. Carlo Beato, 10-6 over Tevez. David Alcady, what is that? 10-4 over, or I'm sorry, 10-9 over Sullivan Clark. Went hill there. Tyler Steyer, 10-0 over Loho Sum. Loho Sum's another pal of mine. He's a good guy. He's in the, I want to say top 5. I'm sorry, not top 5. Maybe around like 7 or 8 in Asian points, Asian money. So yeah,
it's an impressive win for Tyler.
Yeah, he's not a slouch. I mean, like I said, he's up there in money, and for Tyler to find his legs and beat someone like Loho, I mean, he's really must have been on his game there. SVB 10-6 over Albin Ocean. Albin is very good. I think of him in the same regards as Josh. Ultimate vet, ultimate player. He's been at it for 100 years. Great win for SVB there.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Harry Vergara, 10-6 over Torsten. Is that something you want to see out of a guy potentially on your Mosconi Cup team? Harry Vergara, he's not a slouch. He's a great Filipino.
Well, I when we were discussing,
as high as the others.
When we were discussing the bracket last week, I said Torsten's going to lose in round 2. I mean, it was pretty much a given that Torsten's going to get beat in this match to me.
Right.
So is it something you want to see? No, you want to see Torsten kick the crap out of him, but
yeah,
I don't think he's not supposed to. I don't think,
and that's why I think Torsten being on the rest of world team is going to make or break his.
He's not going to be on the rest of the world team.
Oh, he's not going to do that.
I don't think he's not qualified.
Oh, so with Shane winning, it dropped him.
Yeah, it dropped him.
Okay, so. I got you. Last in that round, Roberto Gomez 10-4 over Johnny Archer, ending the Scorpions' hopes at a Yuma championship title there. Let me see here. Let me pull this up. We'll go on to the round 3, which I have a slide here we can go to. All right, look how high-tech this show is here.
Man.
Round 3, Dennis Grabe, 10-5 over Loisis Yap. Yap goes home, and all of a sudden the excuse train comes. He wasn't feeling too good. He's got some new equipment that he's working through.
He hasn't been feeling good since Vice City 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. He's got the Josh Filler cold that's been going around.
Yep.
Mickey Krause, 10-6 over DQH. Good win for him.
Very good win for Mickey.
Sanjay Peltonovich, 10-4 over Walter Lycra. Jesus Atencio, Hill over Mustafa Alnar. Big win for Jesus. Mustafa's been playing a great pool. That's a very solid win there for Jesus. Jeff DeLuna popping up again, taking home Nicholas Black and Tan, 10-5. Mario He, 10-2 over Bernie Regulario. I like that win for Mario He. He's a Jekyll and Hyde player to begin with, but sending home, I would think in the upper level of Filipino players, Bernie Regulario resides. Jeff Rhoda, another one of those high-end Filipinos, sending home Casper Mackinnon, 10-8. Josh Filler, 10-6 over Chang Yu Lung. Alexa Selge, 10-6 over Nathan Childress. That's where he started opening eyes.
Yeah, and listen, that loss on Nathan Childress's part looks better now.
Yeah. I'm gonna skip this match, and then we'll talk about it at the end. I'm gonna go on to Naoki Oi, 10-6 over John Mora. Naoki Oi kind of disappeared for me a little bit over the last few weeks. I like this win for him. John Mora is look, he's having a great year, and for Naoki Oi to kind of right the ship a little bit and get right on John Mora, that's a good win for him.
Very much so.
Big Al, 10-5 over Hunter Lombardo. Big Al train keeps rolling. Another youngster. Claudio Cacci, 10-8 over Tyler Steyer. What do you think about this one? You think Claudio's a little bit more top speed than Tyler at this point, or is that kind of a bummer for Tyler?
It's a little bit of a bummer for Tyler. Man, I remember I've watched so much pool over the last 3 weeks.
I know I'm going snowblind here.
Yeah, I'm going snowblind on what happened in this match, but I thought it was one that I think Tyler should have won, but it was very close, and there's nothing wrong with losing to Claudio.
Yeah. Claudio's rolling at this point. It's standing in front of a moving train. David Alcady, 10-6 over Roberto Gomez. Good match up there. Longtime vets. Shane Van Boning sends home the kid, the young German phenom, Felix Vogel, 10-1. Carlo Beato, 10-3 over Harry Vergara.
On the Felix Vogel and Shane match, I think Felix Vogel, I think that match did more good for him than anybody's going to know right now, because it exposed the flaws in his game, I think. Shane was just torturing him with the push-out game. And he was just using his expansive knowledge to put the kid in no-win situations, because Shane Van Boning pushes out. You can't give it back to him, and you can't shoot it yourself, especially as an 18-year-old kid who doesn't have that 40 years or 35 years or whatever it is of knowledge that Shane has and is putting it to work.
Here's your crash course.
So that kid does a lot of work. And he's going to go back and rewatch that match and work with his coaches on it. And he's going to come out the other side of this thing. It might be 6 weeks or 8 weeks down the road once he gets done with this road trip. But that match is going to
hope for him.
Yeah, and that match is going to teach him some crazy stuff.
Let's see. Did this thing start yet? This final?
Yeah, I think it is 3-1, Grabe.
Keep that on, and we'll go back to it here. Last thing I wanted to talk about with this round 3 here, the exciting matchup of the tournament, or the exciting matchup of this round, was the melee between Robbie Capito and Jason Shaw. Robbie is up, he's 5-0 or 6-0 at this point. He had just won the 6th rack.
I think he just won the 5th rack. He was up 5-0, I think.
Okay. He's kicking the absolute dog shit out of Jason Shaw, who's only special one time a year, really, now in his advanced age and his advanced weight. He's special one time a year, and now that those hopes are fading, he threw up a shark Hail Mary at this point. I don't know if he started the conversation with Marcel.
So he didn't approach the ref. From my understanding, he didn't approach anybody about it. Now, was he saying stuff, as pool players do, sitting down, complaining and bitching, and somebody overheard it and then looked into it? I would imagine that's what happened, because I'm going to take Shaw's word on this, because he said post-game that he didn't say anything to anybody about it, because Shaw would be the most vocal person in the world to say, I absolutely said something to the ref about it. This was wrong, and I did it. Shaw would take it on and just own it, because Shaw's that kind of jackass. Like if he does something like that, he's going to do it. Now, do I think he was sitting there as Capito broke? He throws his hands up in the air, maybe, and goes, "Oh my God, that's so soft," or something like that, and within earshot of somebody else. Yeah, that probably.
See, that's what I took away, kind of the opposite. I took it like he was making the looks, and I thought he had gestured to Marcel, and then Marcel may have said something to the ref off screen. But he definitely started the fire, and then he stoked the fire. And when it was erupting and raging, he backed off like a little kid who just broke a window and kind of left himself there. But good on the commentary team, Carl and Scott Frost. They're pool players.
Yeah,
you can hear the break, and I think that's something that a lot of people, all the 950 Fargos in the chat, don't realize is you can hear more from the sound. I can tell you the mishits, I can tell you the bad breaks just by the sound of it, and they can too, because they're pros, and they both commented internet speed. No, that wasn't a bad hit. The referee
way out of line
said something to him at the 5th game, and then Robbie just okay, I'll break harder. he broke harder. You can hear it. He just mishit the ball.
Yeah.
And that's where the referee went at him, gave ball in hand to Shaw, foul, soft break, ball in hand to Shaw. And then Robbie loses his shit. You know, he went into Mika mode, as I like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
We got a little clip here after Robbie dropped the rack, or Robbie wound up winning the rack.
No, he dropped it, I think.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're right for a second.
He dropped a rack. Then when they're getting up to, roll the balls back to the referee, Robbie throws a fit and starts chucking balls around. And we'll go to that clip right here.
One kind of leaking up table.
Well, it's a big talking point, and we're going to get a look in a moment at this break of Capito. And basically, there's like a bit of an unwritten rule sort of thing.
That's my boy.
Oh, boy.
Capito is...
Now he's got to not do that.
Fuming.
Now he's going to get a disciplinary warning.
Okay, JJ, let's have a look at this one.
Well, watch the one ball speed. See how fast the one exits? That break is plenty fine.
It's just hit it thin.
Yeah, and they get kisses. They get kisses by the corner. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you can't tell me by looking at that break that he didn't put more than arm effort into that.
If that's a soft break, you have to give 95% of the people playing penalties. Like Ekakachi and SVB are the only two people who don't get penalties for soft breaking at this point. If that's a soft break, I mean, that's it. Everybody else gets penalized.
And with the way the phenolic tips are and the break cue, science in them, the way the carbon fiber shoots it forward. To call somebody on a soft break, I mean, you really, it would all boil down to the sound for me. You would hear if somebody's pulling back.
The thing is, there's no real advantage to a soft break anymore either. Yeah. Like soft break is, you're probably worse off with it. Like it's a terrible thing to do, and it's not like Robbie broke and ran 6 racks, hitting the ball soft. Shaw was at the table numerous times for him to be down 5-0, 6-0, whatever that was there. He was down. He was at the table numerous times. He fouled. He did missed balls. He did all kinds of dumb stuff.
And Robbie, like the first 5 racks, I mean, he was gold. But one in the side, shot at the 2, like he surgical. But I like to see the heat. I like to see that he's pissed and he's not just going to take it, because now it's going to make people second guess how they want to treat this kid.
Right.
He may have been a sweet guy and a pushover, but look. Push him back, Robbie. Tell these guys to go fuck themselves. Tell Jason Shaw to go fuck himself. He's not the president of the league. He's just another fatso trying to make money like the rest of us. So I like that. I think they're wrong. I think these refs, where are they getting these refs from? Craigslist?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, are you over 300 pounds? Could you put a couple balls onto a piece of plastic and push them together? Then we got a job for you. And it's like, where's John Layman at? Where's it used to be him and Marcel. It used to be John doing everything, and then Marcel, and you can make more pool players, but can you make more refs to go along with this?
Something. Give me something. Yeah.
This was the worst of the worst, and I haven't seen this in a long time since we were all bitching at a Predator event a couple years ago when they had some fill-in refs. I think it was Puerto Rico. But yeah, this is fucking bad, man. Get these guys some training, or if Marcel is the end all be all of the refs in that circle, he can't have a training class for these guys. You can buy training methods with every player on the tour. Can somebody train up some refs to where we can have 1 more, 2 more? It seems like it's all like a learning experience as they go. And at this level, for this amount of money, to where one shot can possibly cost you $25,000.
Yeah.
You just cost me $25,000, Polly. All right, so that was round 3. That was a little excitement, and we're so pool players are such robots, and we're so starved for any type of anything. That's why we love guys like Mika and Earl and Ginky.
It's why Shaw is still around the league. matters because you can hate him all you want, but at least he gives you something to talk about from time to time.
Yeah, he's
not a robotic Josh Filler.
But just like people react to Earl now, it's like once you hit a certain point, the shtick just gets tired.
Yeah,
and that's all that was. That was just a Hail Mary shark that he threw up for a prayer. Let's go on to the fourth. This is yesterday's stuff. Dennis Grabe, 10-5 over Mickey Krause. Great win for Dennis Grabe. He's continually, obviously, we know he's in the finals, so continuously moving on. Jesus Atencio, another solid win, 10-4 over Sanjin. Jeff DeLuna. Is this a good win for Jeff, or is just Mario He being Mario He? Jekyll and Hyde Mario.
Very well be both, but I'd say since it's Hill, I'd say it was probably a pretty good win for DeLuna.
Yeah, here's the shocker of the tournament for me. Jeffrey Rhoda sending home Josh Filler. I
don't want to say it's a shocker because Jeffrey Rhoda is such a good player. But I did think Filler was going to win this event. And obviously, I think if Filler gets past Rhoda, I think he does win the event. But
I think a lot like Josh Filler and Shane Van Boening, they're such good players, and they've been hitting balls for so long. They may get going a little bit too much to where that stroke kind of works reverse engineering against them. Here's something I thought, especially after Robbie Capito beat Jason Shaw the night before, coming back and losing to Alexa. Obviously, Alexa's been the talk of the tournament so far, after Shane Van Boening, but Alexa sends home Robbie 10-5. Big Al kicking the crap out of Nuyuki Oi right here, 10-3. David Alcady 10-6 over Claudio.
It's a good win. Good win for David.
Because he's a foxy vet to where this kid wants to get out and running, and he locked him up and he put him into clusters, and it just jarred him up. And that's what a vet will do to you. David, he made timely shots and he locked them up. This last one of this one, Shane Van Boening with Carlos Beato. This is a heavyweight fight. This is Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Holyfield. This is the two giants of the game going at it. It got to a point where it was 6-6.
Yeah. Beato came back and tied it up 6-6.
Yeah, and then Shane went into Shane mode. Rattled off the next four, beat him 10-6. Go right back to Shane on this one. He beat David Alcady 10-8, but it was much like the Carl Beato match where it was 8-8, and Shane really had to eke out the last two.
Yeah, he did.
Alcady and Beato did what I was just talking about, with how Filler got locked up and they get out and running and they're cleaning up racks and they're just breaking and running and doing their thing. You got to make it hard for them. You got to make it hard for them to not do that. So, and that's what Alcady, super vet, super crafty. Same with Beato, super vet, super crafty. David Alcady was doing his thing. He missed a couple shots late.
Yeah.
That let Shane get back into it. They play the safety battle. Shane had some nice lockups, but it was just one too many for David Alcady at that point. And look at that day for Shane Van Boening. Beats Carl Beato, beats David Alcady. Towards the end there, they were questioning how he looks tired, and he was just missing a couple balls out of. He's been such a wrecker these last 2 weeks. Anytime he misses one ball, people are like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, what's going on with Shane?" But man, that's a day. That's a lunch pail day right there. That's a lot of work. Yeah. Yeah. I just worked 8 hours and I put in 4 hours overtime on top of it. I'm going home. I'm going to fucking take a dump and get some Epsom salts out. That's a hard hat day for Shane Van Boening right there. You can't say anything about that day. Dennis Grabe, 10-7 over Jesus Atencio. I mean, what can you say about Jesus? I mean, he's just back-to-back runs. I would like to see where he goes from here. How is he going to place in the U.S. Open when it really matters with some real money?
Yep.
If he shows up there, then we can call this little push for real. Jeffrey Rhoda 10-7 over Jeff DeLuna. Battle of the Filipinos. Jeffrey Rhoda sends home the other Jeff 10-7. And the Alexa Passage Albert Genwarta match. What a fucking match this was.
Well, unbelievable. I don't know. Like, I don't think unbelievable describes it. I just couldn't believe it. You're sitting there scoreboard watching because this was going on during the UFC fights.
Yeah, we're not going to not watch UFC. We're not going to not watch Shane.
Right. And so I had this because this match was before Shane's. So I think I had it on the computer and I was just glancing at it here and there, and I'm like, okay, 9-1, this thing's over. 9-2, 9-3, 9-4. It's like, what is going on? Coming back from 9-1 down, it's ludicrous.
Yeah, this is man. At this point, it's like everybody's like Big Al, Big Al. He's sitting in the chair, smiling. Clicks one off before you know it, it's 9-5. Hang on a second, here we go. 9-7, 9-8, 9-9. That was a wrap. It's did Al even get up after that?
I don't know.
I think maybe he got up once when it was Hill. Maybe he played a quick safe and then he went back right back to the chair. But what a solid win for Alexa at that point. I'm getting my ass kicked by a 17-year-old. For him to not be in his chair sulking and continue to work and continue to fight, man, it's almost like he deserves this win. If he can close it out, which Dennis Grabe is up 4-1 right now in a race to 13.
No, it's about to be 4-2.
Yeah,
Grabe just dogged a 9-ball.
But even if Dennis Grabe gets up, you got to feel like Alexa's not dead at this point. Like he's shot so many lives. All right, yeah. So great comeback, and those of you who have WNTV, you can go back and watch that. I think for at least another day or two.
It should be up for eternity. They keep everything on the site.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm in and I'm out. I don't know anything that's going on in WNTV. I usually subscribe for like a month here and there throughout the year. Round 5, the round of 8. Did we cover that? Yeah, we just covered that.
Yeah, we just did.
Your semifinals today, round 6, your final 4. Dennis Grabe over Jeffrey Rhoda 11-8, which I had notes here. Rhoda up 2-0 early. Then it's 2-2. Dennis Grabe made some key long shots, locked up Jeffrey Rhoda pretty good. Went up 4-2, then it was 6-4. Back and forth, it got to 7-6 at one point.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of safes. There's quite a bit of mistakes I noticed from both sides, both from Grabe and from Rhoda. But I don't have the clip. But Dennis Grabe made an amazing full table 1 rail bank on a 2-ball that opened up the door for him to go on and win and get into the finals. Next up, the other semifinal, Shane Van Boening and Alexa Passage. I mean, this was a lot of the same as Alexa's match with Big Al.
Mm-hmm.
2-8-3. And then wah wah wah. Here comes the comeback artist.
Yeah, man. Wheels just came off the bus. Wheels came off the bus for Shane, and Alexis took all the advantage that he could of it and made his way through it.
Yeah, this is this is everybody was pro Shane and clapping, and this is what we were talking about earlier. It's like Alexa can't just beat Shane. It's like, oh, Shane's old. He starts his day too early. He practices too much. It can never just be like, oh man, this Alexa's on a heater. He's playing great pool.
Kid was on a heater, played great pool. That's what happened.
It's Shane's old and maybe he's playing too much and it's like the thing starts to unravel. And I hate the way, look, it's TV. I get it. You got to paint the excitement for the viewer. But it's like, man, it's like, where's like people's loyalty? It's like you can never just celebrate one person to the next. It's always, you got to paint the downslide along with the upslide, and that's, I don't like that shit.
At 7-2, Shane missed that 6 ball. He had no business missing. There's zero excuse for it. I don't care how tired Shane is. He's not supposed to miss that ball. And that's what opened the door, because if that match goes 8-2, sure. Alexis showed last night he can overcome an 8-rack deficit and win a match. But do you think that Shane loses that match if he gets there at 8-2? Breaking? Probably not. He's probably in pretty good shape to win that match at that point. And that had nothing to do with being tired or old or any of that crap. He just he dogged a ball. It happens.
It got to a point where Alexa's up. What was it? A race to 11?
Race to 11, yeah.
Alexa's up 10-9 at this point.
Yeah.
Shane gets that rack to make it hill. Shane breaks, gets the 1 down, and then he's got the 2 hanging in the jaws of the side pocket. Or I'm sorry, he's got the cue ball hanging in the jaws of the side pocket, and he's got to make almost like a 90-degree cut to put the 2 ball into the top right corner. Extremely tough shot. Obviously, he played safe on it. They get to a safety battle. Shane tries this weird like 3-rail 2-9 combination.
That's the shot that I play when I'm in $20 sets and I'm just swinging away to swing away. It's nice to see that Shane does the same thing.
Yeah.
Because that's what it was. He was swinging away to swing away and hope.
Yeah.
It almost worked.
Yeah, it almost worked. It almost went in the side, but at that point in that level of the game, just lock him up.
Yeah, I don't know if he had a different shot that he could have played, or if maybe that was the only option that he had. I don't know.
He went up to that shot like he seen it coming. Like you played all these weird safeties to begin with. What's one more? It's hill to go into a match where you can make $25,000. I'll never get that combo, but hey, he's Shane Van Boening and I'm not. So who the fuck am I to
listen? If that 9 ball fell in the side, we'd be sitting here talking about how Shane is the most creative, amazing pool player of all time. I mean,
sheer brilliance.
He was off by an inch, maybe less than that on that ball dropping.
Yeah, that was all it was too. But it's Shane lost, and I immediately felt defeated.
All the way
we were just on this ride, like all of us 40-year-olds were just on this ride with Shane. Like I was holding on like a kid sitting behind his dad on a motorcycle, and it was just, come on, Shane, I'm American, I'm in my 40s. It's like you're carrying the banner for me.
Part of me thinks he lost, because if he wins this tournament, it's less likely he wins the U.S. Open. So maybe he just felt like losing to give himself,
He's the only one who's going to know how he feels at this point, and if he's feeling run down, maybe take a little bit off.
Yeah,
and just go back to the room. You can go fishing tomorrow, next couple days.
Go float around the lazy river at the resort for a few hours. And that thing looked like a lot of fun. Like if this thing was somewhere in civilization, it might be some cool place to go. But
it's at his age. Well, I shouldn't say at his age, but he had won the last tournament, so all of a sudden that opens him up for Emily Frazier fodder, to where he's shooting guns with everybody, and they trap him into doing dumb shit, like they did today.
Well, the thing is, I don't think Shane will ever turn down going to shoot guns or going to fish.
And it looked like he was the only one who knew how to shoot the gun too.
100%. It could have been his idea. Who knows? He could have just said, "Hey guys, I'm going to the gun range," and they all went, "You're going to do what?" It could have been Shane's idea. He was just going to have fun on his own.
This is weird right here. So I got the telecast on the final. They have the TV table that they're sitting at. The referee's racking ball, and then the next table over is
the juniors.
Oh, so I didn't. It looks like I don't see anybody sitting there. It looks dark. she's been racking balls for the past few minutes. This is the same woman that was racking during Max Yap, who took 5 minutes in a chair before she even got up.
I bet the juniors are taking a break and she's just racking the balls while they're gone.
Wow. I thought she was just sitting there practicing racking while everything else is going on. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, it is what it looked like.
Dennis Graves up 5-2. Oh, he just golden braked it. Fluked that 9 in off of Karam. Now it's 6-2.
Well, Alexis has him right where he wants him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, go ahead and rattle off a couple more, Dennis.
Yeah, get 8 or 9 up there. We'll start playing.
Let's get it to 9-2 before he gets up out of his chair.
And Grave has to be thinking it in the back of his head, going,
"Yeah,
I don't have enough. There's not a big enough lead."
Yeah, how do I fuck this up like the last 2 legends? Yeah. All right, so that's still going on. We got you through the tournament here. We got you through the soft break madness and all the great shots. I can see there's not a lot out there. Everybody's probably watching the final, as well you should be. Dennis Graves over there eating, getting himself powered up for the Alexa push.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess you're going to have either Dennis Graves or Alexa Paselj be your champion of this. We're probably not going to be around to call you through it.
Dude,
at least
good God, no.
As a whole.
I'm gonna be asleep before this match is
over. I got shit to do, man.
I'm
gonna be sweating out a fucking 2 a.m. final and shit.
No.
What else you got, Jeff? You got anything else? Does this do anything for points?
Oh yeah, I do have points. Let's go over points. It does. Let's see here. Let's start with the U.S. side because let's see here. Oh yeah, nothing changed. Brandon Schuff moved up from 13th to 11th. Other than that, Tyler moved 500 points closer to Torsten. And other than that, nothing changed. Everybody's still where they were. European side, really not a lot of movement. We'll see what happens at the outcome of this match is where it'll be evident. Dennis Grabe, if he wins this match, will move into 5th place with $37,000 if he wins, almost $38,000, which will put him about $6,000 behind 4th, where Moritz is, and about $7,000 behind 3rd place if he wins. If Alexa wins, he'll slide his way into 10th place.
What about Asian money? Do you have any of that?
I do not have Asian money. One other interesting thing of note, out of the top 20 players on the European list, there was one, and this is for the Mosconi stuff and everything, there was one that didn't play in this event. One player. And that was Wojciech. Everybody else, the other 19, showed up and played.
Wojciech, sex check.
Yep. On the U.S. side, there were 11 of the top 20 players that didn't show up and play. So when people ask what the difference is between U.S. and European pool is, we can't even get our players to show up and play in the U.S. because we don't have full-time pool players.
Yeah. Yep, that's how it goes.
That's what it comes down to. We don't have full-time pool players.
Yeah, it's you figure at this day and age, especially I say it all the time, coming off the 80s and 90s, how we had a tour. We did the Camel Tour. It was on ESPN, and I'm not talking like special like ESPN 8 the Ocho. Like this was on prime time ESPN. And if you wanted to watch a replay, maybe it was at like 2 a.m. on ESPN2. It wasn't hard to find. and it was heyday. Like there's personalities, like people are involved in the sport. Nowadays, it's like you feel like so many people are fighting over the same nickel, and to where it's like just a blood sport just to get anywhere and make money. It's there's going to come to a point where, like you said, there's got to be a couple veterans, and it's kind of similar to the way NASCAR is. Like I'm a NASCAR fan. Dale Earnhardt died. He was the voice of the garage. Mm-hmm. If anything happened in the garage, Dale Earnhardt was telling you about it. It went from the commissioner to Earnhardt, and then he let everybody else know. He policed everybody else. He died. Guys like Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, Rusty Wallace, Mark Martin. Those guys took over. There was a senior voice. Even as much as recently, guys like Kevin Harvick were your senior guys in the garage who stood up for people, and if you were driving like a dickhead, he would let you know.
Right.
This is where there needs to be some guys in pool, like you said, Shaw, like you said, your SVBs and your senior players need to be your guys who are going to wave the banner. Like if it's shitty, they need to let people know.
Correct.
And they need to speak up about it. If they're not doing you right, why just fuck it, I'm gonna try to get mine anyway. Let's leave pool better than when we found it.
Well, and one other thing, just real quick. So one quick way to increase the payouts in pool is to cut down the number of people you hand nothing money to.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. You brought
it up. Here's some just breakdown numbers for you. This is from the Florida Open, 256 people. 65th through 128th got 350. 33rd through 64th got 1,000. 17th to 32nd was 2. 19th to 16th was 4. 5th through 8th was 7,150. Semis was 10. Runner-up 18. Winner 40. If you cut that down to where you just pay the last 32, which with any real pool tournament, that's roughly what you're paying on a 256-person tournament. You're not paying 128 people. That's stupid. You stop giving these people a participation trophy of $350. Nobody needs it. Nobody cares about it. It's worthless. If you paid the last 32, and I'm not saying these are what the payouts have to be, but it gives you an idea. This is the actual same money. The last 32 would make $4,000 as opposed to $2,000. You would double the pay immediately for coming in 32nd. The final 16, you could pay them $6,000 instead of $4,000. Your 5th through 8th, instead of $7,150, you could pay them $8,500. Your semis, you could hand them $10,500 instead of $10,000, and then you leave the first and second place money the same at $40,000 and $18,000. And you can divide it up and switch it around a little bit however you want, but You think those guys that came in in that 32nd bracket would much prefer $4,000 over a 350 chance at 350 for coming in 128th? Like, do something. Chop down how many people you're paying out.
Please. Yeah. And
raise everybody else's money, because if you're relying on a $350 check for coming in 128th place, quit. Take 2 weeks off and then quit.
I think that's the lure of making sure people show up because what turns it from like 128 players into like 60 players. You start taking away rounds of losers rounds and everything like that, and they want hey, if you show up, you'll at least get your money back. That's like your selling point in that. But yeah, you're right. Your gamble into showing up to these events should be like, okay, I might lose $500 in this, but I also could fucking play great pool and I could win. Well,
yeah, 100%. This is the reason you're not showing up looking to min cash this stupid thing, right?
Yeah.
Like no player is showing up going, oh, I hope I make $350. Nobody's doing that. They're going, hey man, if I can get deep, I can make enough money to cover this trip. Well, this makes it to where you don't have to go as deep to cover the trip, because $4,000 should cover your trip. So if you cash, your trip's covered. And maybe you make a little extra, maybe. But at least your trip's actually covered. The other thing is raise the entry fees. They've been the same stinking amount of money for a decade now for these professional tournaments. they should be more money to get into these things.
Yeah.
Everything else has gone up in price. Why are we still holding on to these cheap entry fees?
If you have a certain stature in the game and an earning, you should be paying more. It's just like tax brackets. If I make $1 million, I should be paying a lot more than if I make 30,000.
Yeah. Well, man, I play split bracket handicap tournaments, and I go in every single time expecting to pull out more money out of my pocket than what these guys pay in to play these professional tournaments.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I got $100 entry fee. I know that's what I'm in for. I'm in for at least another 100 to get myself in the Calcutta if nobody else drives the price up, and I'm probably going to bid myself up to $300 to $400 as well. So I've got at least $500 that I'm probably coming out of pocket for an entry fee. Florida Open was what, $300, $250, something like that. Get out of here. Make the thing go up.
It's definitely a way to improve money, and it's like you see, okay, 30 people made like $1,000. Well, that's $30,000 you could be filtering back in. That makes winning $25,000, $50,000.
Yeah,
and that's a little bit more of a bar to set, for showing up to this tournament. I could win 50 grand, or I could win 25 grand.
Right.
What's it going to be?
100%.
All right, Dennis Graves up 7-2. He's got he's on the 5 ball right now. He looks like he's got a easy cleanup from here. Should go up 8-2. What else you got? You got anything else? You want to get some plugs in?
Yeah, let's get some plugs in.
Oh, real quick, I just noticed this piece of paper. You've seen those things with Carl Boys and that other English guy? They
Jack?
do like a little, yeah. They do like a little wrap up, and they've had their little things on YouTube.
I haven't watched a lot of it. Unfortunately, I just skip over that stuff a lot of times.
I used to be in TV when I was younger. Here's Frank.
No, Frank, but my thought process with that is, do they lose any players though if they make it 350? If they're not filling it anyway, if they bump it to 300 or 350, I don't know if they actually lose any players necessarily. But yeah, no, that's a problem. And which way do I need to lean over here? It's really simple. Don't be a nit. Don't be a nit.
Anyway, this thing with Carl Boys, there were these things with Carl Boys and that guy Jack. I used to be on TV as younger. I take this as broadcasting now. I never not come on without a fresh shave or a haircut or a clean shirt on. Carl Boys looks like he was out at a swap meet all day, played a couple rounds of golf, and just showed up with a wrinkly shirt. And this is constant. This is like over the years. Like this guy have any fucking pride in himself? He went from being like a hot dog pool player with fancy hair and looking like he was on top of the world to being an absolute schlep right now. And it's have a little fucking pride if you're going to be on TV and at least have a shirt that's not wrinkled and your guts hanging out. And fucking horrible, man.
The word schlep doesn't get used nearly enough.
Yeah, it's a good solid word. He's a fucking schlep rock.
Oh my God, I just hear that, I think of Boiler Room.
Well, yeah, exactly. Ben Affleck's.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some plugs here. All right. We just had a comment from Frank. Don't forget to check out BSN, Billiard Sports Network. The reason why that's imperative is because Frank has another channel called BSN Backroom, which we've been appearing on. When I say we, our show, it premiered on that channel for the first time last week. That's going to be a thing going forward, but we always want you to check out Frank's channel, Billiard Sports Network, because it's nonstop pool all the time. We love Frank. He's the our resident cheesesteak expert, which is important because we had UFC in Philly this weekend. Joe Rogan's at Frank's spot, Del Rossi's, because obviously that's the place to go in this cheesesteak frenzy we have in this part of the world. So definitely check out BSN. That's Frank's baby. I was just watching him over the weekend. He is think he was in Connecticut, right? And he had a tournament with one of his wife's. His wife is on a team, and they had like a multifaceted event. I was watching a little bit of that. There's some good shooters out there. They got cool graphics, cool names, and and Frank's on top of all that stuff. Everything looks like it's the U.S. Open when he does the work to it, which was shocking when Kachi had that post, and he was talking about how things like the Bucharest Open, and then he mentioned Vice City, and I'm like, what's this fucking guy's problem? It's like, I don't think anybody had a problem with Vice City.
No, he clarified what he meant in the post further down. He basically said that the buy-ins, the prize pools of these events are too small for them to be considered ranking events, is what he was saying.
Because I was watching today, I was like, this is Frank should be doing every one of these events, not just Vice City.
What was funny about that was those are the two events his brother won.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are the ones he just chose to dog on. I'm like, oh my God, it's great. Your brother wins them, so you dog on them.
All right, so BSN, Billiard Sport Network, check out Frank's channels. Hammer Custom Cues on Facebook, Hammer Cues on Instagram. That's our buddy. We hope he's doing well. I hope he's feeling better. And get back to work on my cue, man. I don't have enough cues to play with. I'm a Cocobolo, man. I need to have some wood laying around. Last but not least, Max Eberly. MaxEberly.com is where you can find your one-stop shop for everything Max. He's got the Pro Pool Academy, ProPoolAcademy.com. It's his training academy that's not with him physically. So if you can't hook up with Max on a personal level, you can at least get his online stuff. It's $200 lifetime membership, or you can do 5 installments of $40. Great thing. If you can't train with Max personally, I think this is the next best thing that you should do. And here we go. Zen Pool, Awaken the Master Within. This is the book that every non-nitwit should have. If you can't figure out how to buy a book these days, because I don't think people read no more, or they read on their Kindle or whatever the fuck those things are, here's an actual book that you can touch pages with, and you can learn about the secrets on how to be a top speed pool player. Max is so bold in what he can do for people. He can tell you that he can raise you 100, 200 points in your Fargo system, as well as get you off seed oils permanently, get you onto something like beef tallow, spice up your life on the table and off the table. Here it is right here. QR code for Zen Pool, Awaken the Master Within, $17.95. This is a book that every pool player, every pool fan should own. So please go out and get that book. We have a little QR code up here for Cash App donations. This is for the show. If you want to jump in and help the show, we incur 100% of the costs. So if you want in, you want to help us out a little bit, keep the show on the air and keep us accustomed to this pool lifestyle that we like to lead. Here's a special thing up here. You can help us. Anybody with a certain amount of donations, like $20 and higher, I got a couple things I could send you. I got some old, not old, they're still wrapped, they're still new, but some classic jerseys, classic pool jerseys. I got XLs, I got 3XL, 4XL if you're a big fat fuck. That's it. So if you want to help out. We love that shit. We appreciate that shit. Any type of interactions, even if you don't want to send us your hard-earned money, you can help out the show in any other ways, like subscribing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Facebook channel. Button. Yeah, click the like button. Send us comments. Obviously, I won't hold you guys to more people here today because we do have a final going on. But yeah, if you want to interact with the show, comment, like, subscribe, all that shit helps us out amazingly. So please do that stuff going forward. I think that's about it, brother.
Yeah, that's about it.
We got an hour 45. We got you through Indian Hayball and UFC and the Arizona Open. We'll be back next week. Hopefully the tournament is done by the time we go live, which is, it's the reason why we go at 10 o'clock, because we know nothing's going to be going on at this time.
Generally. Well, I think next week it'll be done. I think it'll be done before we come on next week, I'd imagine. And I'd imagine Federgorst will be sitting second place in the U.S. Moscone rankings. after he takes home the $20,000 first place prize. I just think Federer's going to come in. I know bold prediction. Federer, of course, wins the tournament. I know going out on a limb here with that prediction, but
spoiler,
Federer's going to win. He hasn't done anything all year. He's going to win a tournament, and we're going to go on about our lives like it's normal.
Yeah, this is the biggest event we're going to have this year, so you might want to get yourself in stroke for it.
Yep.
Yeah. Not to mention you want to make a push and get yourself that $30,000 bonus at the end of the year for.
Yeah, I mean he's guaranteed that, but he'd like to qualify and not look like a schlep.
Yeah, I would like him to be playing his best pool if he's a regimented, militant pool player. You would like him to be peaking at this late stage of the year. So we'll see. Yeah, we made predictions last week on the Arizona Open. I picked Shane to back it up, and
I said Filler was
almost there.
Win.
Who did you say was going to win?
I said Filler. Yeah, I'm really disappointed in Filler. I can't believe he didn't win. Honestly, I'm a little shocked.
Is that your prediction for this week? So Federer is your prediction?
Federer is my prediction for this week. Yeah.
So this is back to double elimination. Back
to real pool. Yeah.
Who do I think is going to win? I think somebody, maybe Asian, might show up. This could be. We had one of the Filipino, of the many Filipinos could definitely pop in there. I would like to see how Jeff DeLuna follows this up. Maybe it's Alexis time. Maybe today's Alexis time.
Yeah, no. Who knows? Jeffrey Rhoda winning that tournament wouldn't be shocking either. Rhoda's definitely up there playing good pool.
Although
Carlo,
Dennis Grabe is in the finals here. It could be Kazakis next week. They could be trading beings at this point.
Maybe Mario He. That'd be fine.
That's funny. I was going to say that. I see Mario He. I would like to see Mario, Robbie,
Nayuki. Yeah,
Nayuki is another one. I like to see John Mora. He was so big at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
kind of went to sleep a little bit. I don't know, went to sleep. Maybe just not that active.
This just like doesn't been to be active in.
Yeah. If I had to pick somebody though, I would. I don't know. It's hard to say anything that Josh Filler's not competing in to go against Josh Filler.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. I mean, better Shane, Josh, just pick one of them, and you're probably going to be right.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see Tyler go deep into something, and just to be peaking into the U.S. Open just a little bit. Yeah, I know Sky's not going to be in it. His son's got his first day of kindergarten. Understandable.
Family's much more important than a tournament in Phoenix. So go be with your family and get on the practice table maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Let's look at these names real quick. I gotta pull out a name. I gotta give you somebody. Jeff DeLuna, Filler, Capito. Fuck it. I'm gonna pick Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie's a good pick.
I think Robbie's got a little chip and he's got something to prove. And this is perfect time for him to come out and start snatching souls. So I'll take Robbie. I'll take my fellow Rob C here. All right, you guys, go watch the rest of this final. It looks like Alexa might take this rack and make it 8-3 Dennis.
It's going to be 9-8 Alexa before you turn around. So.
Oh, he just dogged a 6.
Yeah, he left himself bad on the 6. He was shooting both of them. He was shooting the 6 and the 9.
Yeah, but this is what he wants.
Yeah, he's going to be down 9-2.
Magic 9. All right, guys, go watch the rest of the final. For myself, for Jeff, for Frank, for everybody attached to us, Max, Hammer, all you guys. Thank you for being a part of the Q-Tang clan. We love you guys. Thank you for being in the chat. We'll see you next week. We'll see you for the Phoenix Open recap. Take care, you guys. Take care. Comb your hair. Peace.